What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is gonna be a Wizards rebuild, just a plain old Wizards rebuild. So nothing too special. If you guys have not already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and drop a comment in the comment section below. I really appreciate you all. Let's get into it. Alright, so we finished up the 2019-2020 season in our start today, and then I'm gonna get into the draft lottery. We'll see where the Wizards pick falls. Looks like we're projected 8. And it falls to 9, so that's the end of that. Let's go see who we can select there in this draft, and then let's get into the season, or into free agency, and then into the season. Try and see how good we can be in this first year. I don't know, we have some assets. We have Beal, we have Wall, but other than that, there's not a lot out here on this team. I mean, you know, Rui Hachimura, Thomas Bryant, Troy Brown Jr., decent players, but definitely could use some help. In this draft, I think I'm going to take Onyeka Okongwu or Devin Vassell. I think I'm going to go with Okongwu. Well, we could use a small forward, but we could honestly use a center too, because Thomas Bryant probably not the long-term solution. Also in the second round we have a pick. We have 11 trade offers for it. We're just going to select somebody, I think. So here, Desmond Bane is still here, so we'll take Bane and we'll get out of this. See how good our two rookies are. I hope they're pretty decent. Okongwu's a 77, Bane's a 72. We'll accept both of them. Jerome Robinson, he can get it. It's $3 million. Yeah, fine. We can trade him for an asset or something if we need to. Qualifying offers, we have none, so then let's get into free agency. Doubt we have any money, but we might. We have literally no money. Who's making so much? We have Jan Mahimi. We're gonna, yeah, I don't need his rights. Davis Bertans, we should try and re-sign him. And then just John Wall makes so much money. And then, you know, Bradley Beal still makes almost $30 million as well. So we're probably gonna look to trade John Wall, even though he is my favorite player in the NBA. I'm probably gonna throw him out with this first round pick in 2023 and see what we can bring in. If we can bring in another point guard, that would be the best thing possible. This would actually be nice. We'd get Brogdon. Oh, our first round pick isn't. I don't understand why 2K does that all the time, but we'll throw this pick in again. Of course, that Brogdon. Oh no, that trade is out there, so that's not too bad. We'd have to give up next year's first, which is kind of rough, but we could probably make it work. Also, Jamal Murray, Will Barton's not bad. Is there any other options we could have? That one's fine. Chris Paul, don't want to spend $41 million. That's why I'm getting rid of John Wall. So Sabonis and Malcolm Brogdon. That's going to be the team or the deal we do. Then Thomas Bryant, even though he's a decent player, we're probably going to trade him because he does make $8 million. So we'll throw the second round pick swap in and just see if we can get anybody a little bit better. We can bring in a first round pick and a 2022 first round pick. There's another pick from the Knicks. Swap best with the Clippers, though. Detroit Pistons top 3 protected. We could do that. Hopefully, the Pistons are better than that, so they don't get the top 3 pick. But if they got 4, that would be really clutch. Now in free agency, we could afford, you know, somebody decent. I'll try and sign Serge Ibaka. Okay, well, we can't get Serge because we have to bring back Davis Bertans. So we're not going to renounce the rights on Bertans. And we're just going to make sure he comes back to the team. Is he restricted? He might not be restricted. Hold on. Where is he at? Okay, we're going to have to throw him out. And he doesn't want to negotiate with us. Okay, so maybe we try and sign Christian Wood then. I like Christian Wood a lot. Hopefully he will come to the team then. He does. Anybody else? Alec Burks. Not quite enough for him, but maybe we can get him to come to the team. We do. Anybody else out here? I'm not bringing back Jan Mahimi. Absolutely not. Goran Dragic. Oh, they're signed. Okay, available players. Kent Bazemore, I guess, on a minimum. We're just going to have to get minimum guys here. Devin Harris. And Patrick Patterson, I guess. Hopefully that's enough people on the roster. Let's go to player progression. Let's see how good Rui Hachimura is coming into his second season in the league. Beal's an 89, Sabonis is an 83. So we have a decent starting lineup. We need to get a point, or not a point guard, a center. But other than that, we're pretty good. Christian Wood is a nice backup power forward, so we can probably, or I can probably trade Wood and run Hachimura in the G League again. What's his contract like? Yeah, he'll be around, so we'll run him in the G League this season. Same with Okongwu. I'll send some people to training camps, and then we'll get into the year. So we have too many players, so we're going to have to make some trades here. So we're just going to throw some of these minimum guys out there. Devin Harris. You know, maybe we try and trade Christian Wood with Harris, and we throw in this 2022 first. See if we can get ourselves a good center, because we do really need a center. Rashawn Holmes would be a solid center to have. We could maybe do that. But other than that, there's not really any centers out here. So we'll go with Rashawn Holmes, not Mahomes. That's Patrick Mahomes. He's on a one-year deal, but I think we're fine with doing this for this season. And we have to trade. I don't think that really got rid of any players for us. So let's trade like Bonga, Robinson, Corey Joseph. Try and bring in one player. Draymond Green makes a huge contract. Absolutely can't do that. Bruno Fernando, Dwayne Dedmon. We'll do that. We'll try and flip Dwayne Dedmon then. See if we can get rid of his contract. We'll throw him with Admiral Schofield. Even though I do like Admiral Schofield in real life, let's try and get just one player. There's nobody out there. Okay, so we'll throw Patrick Patterson in 2 and see if we can just bring in 2. Or Andre Iguodala and a first-round pick. We'll get into the season. Iggy's contract, I don't know what it looks like. It's expensive, I know that, but I don't know how many years are left on it. He has a team option, which we're not going to accept after this year, so he'll be gone. Let's go check out the rotation quick and see what that looks like. Yeah, it's not that bad. We have a lot of centers off the bench, but we're going to go ahead and send Rashawn Holmes. Who was I going to send? Rui Hachimura down to the Capital City Go-Go. I did not know that was the name of their team. That is very interesting. Free agents, we're going to go ahead and sign. Can't afford IT. So let's just sign Darren Collison. Minimum contract, Darren Collison. Now we can send Onyeka Okongwu to the G League. And then we can go fix up the rotation for this year. I'm not doing anything special in year 1. We're just going to run basically with what we have. But I want to make sure position-wise it makes sense. If we run Bruno Fernando as a power forward, we're pretty good. Iguodala as a small forward. Run a 10-man rotation and we'll be just fine. So Fernando down to a power forward. Iguodala, small forward. All right, so we are set. Okay. It's all right. 10-man rotation. Bench utilization is going down to, we'll do 35 for this year. And then I want to go to my staff, actually. Scott Brooks is probably fine. We're going to try and keep Scott Brooks around. Trainer, I guess, is fine. Assistant GM, honestly, also fine. So we're going to leave the staff how it is. We'll set the system, and then we're going to be good. So post-centric look to be... I don't get why Scott Brooks would run a post-centric team. He doesn't have good posts. It does not make sense. But we're going to run that system. So I'll simulate season number 1. We'll see how this team ends up. So I had this trade pop up to me, and it's Sabonis for Brandon Clark and Justice Winslow. And I think I'm going to do it. I'll trade Justice Winslow. But I think this is going to free up some money for us if we do this. If we can trade away Justice Winslow, which would be good. And then, you know, Brandon Clark is on such a small deal. So if we trade Justice Winslow right now, because he's on a longer contract. If it was a 1 year, I would not care. You know, like Corey Joseph, we could accept his money there for just 1 year. Who else? JJ Redick for a year, I guess. Melo for a year. You know, let's get Melo for a year. Rotation's not perfect, but we're gonna run with it, and we're 6-5. Hopefully, we end up worse than that. I'll catch you guys at the end of the season. So season number 1 wrapped up. Let me show you guys the record. We ended up at 51-31, so actually pretty good. And now that I think of it, we might have traded away our first-round pick this year. I'm pretty sure we did. So being good isn't that bad. It's really not a bad thing at all. But let's get into the playoffs after we check out all these awards. I doubt we have any Wizards on here. We do not. Anybody on any of these All-NBA teams? I'm guessing again not. No, we do not. So in the playoffs, we are the 2 seed. So let me move again. And we're playing Orlando. So a 2 seed with this team is actually pretty surprising. I mean, Bradley Beal just absolutely took over. Brogdon's a solid player, Brandon Clark. But then we got Mo Wagner and, you know, 4th best player scoring-wise. 12.4 points. He's actually kind of a beast. I should have sent him to to the G League for this year, and he would have been good next year. Rashawn Holmes played really well as our starting center. Alec Burks actually played pretty well too. All right, so let's. Can we possibly make a run this year? We're gonna build the rotation at 9, and we're gonna simulate this round against Orlando. Okay, we're not making a run when we get eliminated in 4 games in the first round. So let's simulate the rest of the playoffs. We'll get into the offseason. We'll make some moves. We'll try and get a solid player to come alongside Bradley Beal and just finish out that starting lineup for us. But the Bucks did win the championship. I'm pretty sure Giannis was the Finals MVP. Where's Detroit's pick ending up? It's projected 3. We need it to be 4th or lower. It was 2nd. Dang it. So we do not get their pick. I don't think we have any picks then. If that's true, I'll catch you guys in free agency. Actually, we're here at staff signing. We're going to fire our assistant GM and try and bring in Ryan Johnson. And then a trainer we're going to fire and try and bring in Sean Navarro. Sean Navarro, not Abraham. We got both of those too, so we're good. I'm cool with Scott Brooks. Let me check if we have a draft pick. I doubt we do. Okay, so we have a 2nd round pick. Is Isaiah Mobley still here? Probably the best person left. CJ Walker. We'll go with Isaiah Mobley. Maybe he's decent, you know. Evan Mobley's good. He's an 80. But maybe Isaiah Mobley's good. 73. We'll sign him, you know. Under $1 million. I'm cool with that. Rui Hachimura, Brandon Clark. We're going to accept their team options. Troy Brown Jr., sure. Wagner, sure. He played really well last season. No qualifying offers to have. So in free agency, we're not far off from max cap space. We have a little bit of reworking to do, but we're not far off. But the problem is we don't really have anybody to trade. I guess Alec Burks, $9 million would free some of that up. So who could we trade Alec Burks for? A couple picks there, 1st and a 2nd. 2 firsts from the Knicks wouldn't be too bad either. Maybe that's what we should do. Trade him for some picks to the Knicks and then try and sign Kawhi Leonard. If not, we can always sign, you know, a little bit of a lower tier free agent. But it would be cool to get Kawhi. I don't get Kawhi often. Do we have enough for Kawhi now? We're closer. We're $12 million over 4 years off, so we only need to get rid of about $3 more million. I'd love to get Jason Tatum, but Jason Tatum's restricted. But a small forward would be the perfect player for this team. So who makes like $3 million that we can trade away? Troy Brown Jr. is on a $5 million contract. We'll trade him, and we'll see what we can do here. I need something that's not going to cost me very much money at all. You know, Ty Jerome and that Phoenix pick, we could probably do that and then just trade Ty Jerome as well. Or keep him if we have enough money for Kawhi. So, what does his offers look like? So, 4 years, 170. What are we trying to offer him? 4 years, 162. Can we free up a little bit more cap space then? Wagner could get... I'll trade Ty Jerome, I guess, for some picks here from the Hawks. And maybe I'll trade away... Don't really have anybody else to trade except for Mo Wagner. We're just going to... Okay, we can throw Kawhi this option now. So player option, no trade clause. And otherwise, we'll throw Paul George, $164 million-ish. And we got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George also accepted, but we're not going to bring in Paul George over Kawhi. So I'm chilling with Kawhi here. We're going to get him to agree to a contract. We're going to sign some free agents here that we can afford, which isn't much. But we do have our mid-level exception, who I'm probably going to spend on somebody decent. Who's decent out here? Lou Williams, Bielitsa, Jeremy Grant, Kelly Olynyk. We'll spend on Denzel Valentine. Hopefully he accepts that. He does, okay. Then we'll get Ish Smith on a minimum. Who else could we get on a minimum? Tyreek Evans and Justin Holiday and Carmelo Anthony's going to come back. We're going to try and get Carmelo a ring in this. All right, I think we're going to be good. So I will get out of this. We'll get into player progressions. We'll see how everybody looks after spending a year in the G League. And also, hopefully, Brandon Clark develops some as well. Okongwu's up to an 84. Hachimura's up to an 85. Clark's an 83, so he went up 1. All right, I'm cool with that. Let's go to training camps. I'll send a couple people. We should have 3 now, and then we'll get into the offseason. Actually, no, the season, not the offseason. So the starting lineup's actually really solid. We got Brogdon, Beal, and Leonard, and then Hachimura, Okongwu off the bench. You know, Clark, Fernando, Wagner, Valentine. So I need to get some guards on this bench. Fernando's gonna get traded because we don't really have a need for him, and he's on the last year of his contract, I'm pretty sure as well. Maybe he has an option or something. But could we bring in like a shooting guard or a backup point guard? Ooh, Kendrick Nunn would be an interesting piece to bring in. Anybody else that we could try and bring in? Shabazz Napier, Jordan McLaughlin. But I think we're gonna go with that Kendrick Nunn trade. And then I want to bring in a backup shooting guard as well. So we're probably going to trade Denzel Valentine. And then I'll throw in 2 first-round picks. See if we can bring in a solid backup shooting guard. Colin Sexton is a solid backup shooting guard. He pops up so often. He's so easy to trade for. And I love it. So that is the team. We could upgrade over Carmelo Anthony and get a better small forward. But I wonder what Anthony goes to as a small forward anyways. Goes up to a 78. I think we're going to try and trade Melo and try and get somebody better. So we'll throw in, again, 2 first-round picks. A better small forward. But there's some options. Like Marvin Bagley to come to the team would be cool, but we don't really need someone like Bagley. TJ Warren would be nice. TJ Warren would be solid. Also, DeJounte Murray. I think we're going to go with TJ Warren. I get Murray a lot. And then TJ Warren will play the backup 3 for us. And I think we're good. We'll keep Mo Wagner as our backup center because he was putting up such good stats last season. All right, so we're going to make sure the system's good, and then we're going to simulate. 7 seconds is actually 4 stars, so is balance. We'll run a balanced system. I'll simulate season number 2, and I'll catch you guys at the end of it. So we ended up being 4 games better than last season. We had 55 wins and 27 losses. Hopefully that's good enough for the 1 seed, but the Bucks very well could be up there as the 1 seed. We will check it out. Here are the awards, though, for this season. Nothing too surprising. Lloyd Pierce. So the Hawks won 56 games, so we're at least the 2 seed, maybe lower. Is Kawhi Leonard on any of these teams? No, and neither is Bradley Beal. Okay. Defensively, we have Kawhi Leonard, which pretty obvious. And then rookie teams, no Onyeka Okongwu either. So, okay. We are the 2 seed again. We're going up against Toronto this time. So, let's check out our stats. Bradley Beal, 20. Leonard, 19. Sexton, 18. This team is good. Very well-rounded. Pretty stacked, honestly. Hopefully we can beat this Toronto team. We're up 2-0. We sweep them. And it looks like the 1, 3, and 4 seeds also move on. So can we take down Philly here as well? It's tied 2-2. We're down 3-2. Okay. Let's try and win this game. We'll simcast this one and see what happens. Hopefully we can make this game a W and get into Game 7, and we are. So in Game 7, can we run away with this one? Start out pretty well, but I don't want to get too confident. But we have a sizable lead, and we do move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. This time, we're going up against Atlanta. Who does Atlanta have on their roster? They have Trae Young, Herter, Hunter, Collins, Bol, Clint Capella, Davis Bertans. Poor Davis Bertans ends up in Atlanta instead of being on our Wizards, which is, we're going to trade him probably anyway, so it's fine. But Killian Hayes and Christian Wood are also coming off their bench. Let's simulate the first game. We end up losing. We're down 2-1. Down 3-1. Okay, we'll just simcast this. Hopefully we can come back and somehow move on to the NBA Finals. Close game here. They're going to win it, though. We'll have to be back next year. Simulate the rest of the playoffs. We'll see who wins, and then we'll move on. So the Blazers actually end up beating the Hawks, and Dame is the Finals MVP. So shout out to Dame. Draft lottery. Pretty sure we traded all of our draft picks because we thought we were going to win the championship this year. So, oh no, we are projected pick number 2. No, we got pick number 2. Wow, I didn't even realize that. Okay. So we need a new head coach. Let's try and bring in Nick Nurse this time. We'll throw him like 6-something million. Okay, and Nick Nurse and Ryan Johnson are wearing the same suit. Shout out to them. Must be homies. Okay, let's get to the draft. Pick number 2. Interesting. I'm gonna turn computer or CPU trade offers back on. I usually turn it off for the season because it's annoying. But let's see if anybody wants to offer something for 2. They don't. Okay, so if I just throw trade number 2 out there, what can I get? Jonathan Isaac and Eric Bledsoe. Drummond, Harrell, Bam Adebayo, Rashawn Holmes, Tobias Harris, De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox would be nice. Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Rudy Gobert. De'Aaron Fox. I'm not going to do that because I'm scared what the money situation is going to bring. So we're just going to choose a prospect. Imani Bates is still here. We're going to go with Bates. He's a freak athlete. He is an 84. I'm so glad we did not trade that pick. We're going to accept that. He makes like $6 million a year. That's not too bad. We're going to accept the team options on everybody here. Unfortunately, Bradley Beal declined his player option. So, qualifying offers, everybody will get theirs. And then free agency, Bradley Beal. We're going to throw him just a ridiculous amount of money. Hopefully he accepts that. He does. We're going to have to renounce rights on some of the minimum guys that we signed. Not a big deal if we're going to be able to bring Bradley Beal back. So, make sure that Beal comes back to the team, and he is. Now, what other move do we have to make? Mo Wagner. He shouldn't be asking for that much money, but he is. Okay, we're signing him. Anybody else? Colin Sexton. We're going to throw him a bag as well. Okay. I'm just going to be done in free agency. We're going to simulate the player progression and see how stacked this team is. The team should be just ridiculously stacked. Yeah. Kawhi, Beal, Okongwu, Hachimura, Brogdon, Sexton, Clark. Bates is an 84 coming into the league. This team is really, really good. I will go to training camps. I will send 3 people to camps, and then we'll get into season number 3, and hopefully we can finally win a championship. I've been struggling lately, and I need to get back in a groove. So this rotation's ridiculous. We got Brogdon, Beal, and Leonard. And then off the bench even, it's just super nice. And position-wise, it completely fits with a 10-man rotation. Like, I don't know what else we could do. I'm just going to simulate this season, I think. Unless we try and bring in a better point guard or something. I don't know. I mean, what could we get for Bates if we threw him in a trade? We'd have to throw in money, though. If we threw in Bates and, like, Malcolm Brogdon with even, like, a first-round pick, could we just get something ridiculous or not really? Not really. Kristaps, I mean, there's good options out here, don't get me wrong, but nothing worth doing. So we'll just set the system. We'll simulate season number 3, and hopefully it's good. Balance systems 4 stars. All right, we'll run season 3. I'll catch you guys at the end of it. So this team actually kind of disappointed me, and I just realized I disappointed all of you because I kept myself over on the left side that entire season. But, you know, it was really short, so it's fine. But we end up with 56 wins, 26 losses. I don't know. So here are the awards. Rookie of the Year goes to Imani Bates, rightfully so. Even though his numbers don't look great, he's on a very solid team. And then no Wizards here either. Kawhi Leonard does make defensive second team, and Imani Bates obviously makes rookie first team. But we are the 2 seed. We're a perennial 2 seed, guys. Just a perennial 2 seed. So let's go check out the stats quick before we get into the season. Bradley Beal, you know, it's really spread out. You guys can stop it if you want. If it seems like I'm rushing this video a little bit, I am. I'm going to try and record another one, hopefully, and I can get one out Saturday and Sunday for you guys. But I'm going to be busy all weekend. We'll see if I have time to get another one recorded after this. Hopefully I do. But let's simulate this playoffs anyways. We're going up against Boston. Hopefully we can beat them. And now Detroit is the 1 seed. I don't know who Detroit got, but it's interesting. We're going up against Milwaukee. We're going to lose against Milwaukee here. We're down 3-1. There's no way we win this series. The Wizards are just not meant to do anything in the playoffs. It's that Spurs win it all. I don't know what we can do to get the Wizards to win a championship. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Sorry if it seemed rushed or anything like that. I'm just trying to, get stuff out for you guys for this weekend. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate all of that. And yeah, other than that, it's been TKE. It's been real. Peace out.